So what's up, guys? I am here on set today once again with the lovely Holly Randall. I'm sure many of you are very familiar with her work, and if not, check her out at hollyrandall.com. So we had asked a lot of you to tweet Holly questions that you wanted her to ask me, so we are here on set for you, about to answer some of your questions. Holly?
I have a question here actually from Jeannie Marie, and she wants to know how it was like growing up in Canada.
How was it growing up in Canada? Well, I grew up in Toronto, Canada. Awesome place. If you've never been, I highly recommend you visit. Winters are cold, summers are very hot and humid. We have 4 seasons, a lot of culture, very multicultural city, a lot of great food and entertainment. It's sort of, I like to describe Toronto, it's like a smaller New York city. But beyond that, I don't know how else to answer the question. I just loved growing up in Toronto. I feel blessed that I grew up in Toronto and now I live in LA, so I can sort of like have that Toronto culture in me while I live in LA.
This leads me to another question that is truly baffling to all Americans.
Okay.
Why are Canadians so nice?
Why are Canadians so nice? I don't know how to answer that. But I will say this. I never used to think that. I would always say, what are you talking about, huh? Like, how are we nicer? And then I've lived in the States forever. I'm going on my 11th year living here. And then I started going back to Toronto once or twice a year, and I started to notice that Canadians are really nicer. I don't know why. It must be something in the water. I think it's the Tim Hortons and ketchup chips.
What is the most famous Canadian type of food? Like, what are Canadians known for?
The most famous Canadian type of food would have to be, I think, fish and chips. That's sort of Canadian. We don't really have like a Canadian cuisine, so to speak. It's just, I think we take after England, which is fish and chips.
Don't you guys have like a fries with stuff on it?
Ooh, yes. You know what? I take that back. It's actually French Canadian, so Canadians that don't speak French don't like even think of this dish, and I'm one of them. But a very popular dish is poutine. But it came out of the French Canada, not English Canada. But however, I still enjoy it very much. It's delicious. If you don't know what it is, it's basically French fries with gravy on top and cheese curds. And it's all about the cheese. It's so freaking good. Delicious.
What's your favorite type of food?
What's my favorite type of food? I absolutely love Thai food. If I could eat it for the rest of my life every day, I would be okay with it. However, I'm a foodie, so I get bored with food, so I like to experiment and try different food. I love Italian, I love Indian, I love Ukrainian food since my ethnicity is Ukrainian. Anything really. I just won't eat certain type of animals. That's where I draw the line. Let's talk about guys.
What kind of guys do you like? Like physically and mentally, what kind of men are you attracted to?
What kind of men I'm attracted to? The wrong ones. Looks do matter because that's what attracts you to another person. However, I've dated for looks, and it has to be more than that, because if you're dating just for looks, it's not gonna last. Because eventually you're gonna have to have a conversation and not have sex all the time. You know what I mean? So I like guys that are intelligent. I'm definitely attracted to their intelligence. Somebody who takes care of themselves, and somebody who has their shit together, and somebody who is not clingy. That's a big no-no for me. Guys that are clingy, I have to cut you off. And then when it comes to looks, I don't know. I really don't have a type. I just like more of the guy's personality.
What about dating? What would be the perfect ideal first date?
The perfect ideal first date would be, a really good restaurant, since I love food, and then maybe go to a lounge and smoke hookah, because I love smoking hookah. And then by then I'll be tipsy, and then I'll figure out whether I want to fuck you or not. It's 80% truth.
So, do you normally fuck on the first date then?
Do I normally fuck on a first date? You know what? Believe it or not, I don't. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm a porn star, I don't date porn guys. I date civilians, regular, normal guys, and that's what they expect. So I like to kind of catch them off guard, so I don't fuck them for a while. It's true.
What about traveling? You've obviously like traveled all over the world. You've been to so many different places. And where are some of your next destinations that you're going to be traveling to?
Ooh, traveling. My favorite thing to do in the world besides having sex and eating. I am going to Colombia next. I've always wanted to go. I've been dying to go to Colombia, but it hasn't been safe for the longest time. Now, Colombia is actually a very safe place to visit. And I was inspired to go to Colombia after watching the first season of Narcos. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. For my birthday, I'm going to go with my girlfriends to Colombia and just have fun.
What do you guys plan to do there?
We're going to Cartagena. So it's a beach town. So I plan on eating Colombian food and doing absolutely nothing for 6 straight days. I literally just want to lay in a beach, get a suntan, and drink. That's it.
Now, what is a place that you would love to visit that you haven't been to yet that you're planning on sometime in the future?
So one of the places that I've been dying to visit, and it's definitely on my to-do list next year, is Brazil. I've been hearing so many awesome things about Brazil and the culture and the food and the people and their beautiful butts and their beautiful beaches. So I am dying to go to Brazil, and I'm going to make sure it happens next year.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your website, NikkiBenz.com. What kind of new content, new stuff could we expect from there?
So my new website, NikkiBenz.com, is relaunching on my birthday, December 11th. And for the relaunch of my site, I'm shooting brand new exclusive content. In fact, I'm shooting an entire movie that's going to be released on NikkiBenz.com called Girls Love Nikki, and it's an all-girl feature, which I found out is a lot harder to do than a boy-girl feature because it just is, because you're dealing with more women. But it's been a lot of fun just having sort of creative input into the movie, from locations to wardrobe stylings to makeup to talent and so and so. So it's been definitely fun and a little bit, it's been a little bit challenging, but just shooting a lot of new content, and this interview is going to be part of the website as well.
Now, how do you feel about producing now that you've done some of it? Is that something that you would want to do more in the future, or do you feel more comfortable modeling?
How do I feel about producing? I love it. I'm a planner, so I love to plan something and see it come to fruition. It turns me on, makes my pussy wet. And I've been in the industry for 13 years, so eventually this is where I'm gonna head, sort of go towards, is producing and, directing and whatnot. But in the meantime, I'm still gonna fuck on film for you guys to enjoy.
You're so nice.
Holly, I know you have a private stash in your house of my DVDs.
It's
Don't
very
lie.
private. And I actually have an entire display case dedicated to you. It's sort of creepy. People think it's weird when they come over, but it's not.
I'll send you some more.
Awesome. How do you maintain yourself and look so amazing?
How do I maintain? I don't. I hate working out. I love hiking, though. I like anything to do with outdoor sports. I love scuba diving, I like hiking, and so and so. However, you need a lot of time for that, which I don't have a lot of free time to do that. But I feature dance, and that's about it. And I really do hate working out. And you know what? I actually envy people that are gym rats. Every day they'll be posting pics oh, I'm at the gym taking a selfie, working out, just got 45 minutes of cardio done. And I'm like, fuck you. Just keep rubbing it in my face. I hate it. I wish I was the person that loved working out, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm miserable at the gym. Don't want to go.
Tell us about the craziest place that you've ever had sex. Outside of, obviously, anything in the scene.
The craziest place I've ever had sex. You know what? It wasn't crazy, really, but it was really exciting because we could have gotten caught, and that whole, like, oh, maybe I'll get caught feeling just kind of, gives you, like, a shot of adrenaline, and you just fuck like crazy, and it's the best sex ever. But it was with my then boyfriend. We were on a cruise going over Panama Canal, and we had sex at nighttime on the deck. And I don't know, it was kind of risque and fun and different.
Do you get recognized a lot when you go out in public?
I do get recognized a lot when I go out in public, and so ever since I went dark with my hair, I thought that was gonna decrease, which is sort of kind of what I wanted, and it hasn't. Like, I'll go out to Target, no makeup on, I look like shit, sweatpants, ponytail, black hair, and I still get recognized. So thank you guys for recognizing me. But I have to like say, like, I'm wondering, like, how do you know my face so well? Like, for you to like, because hair color really changes your look. Like, we all would agree to that. I was a blonde my entire career, and now that I have black hair, I look totally different. I don't even recognize myself sometimes in the mirror. Seriously, when I went dark for the first 2 weeks, I would walk by a mirror and I would do a double take. Like, I'd be like, what the fuck? Because it takes a long time to get used to it. I love it, but it just took me a while to get used to it. And so that always amazes me when guys recognize me. Or even girls, with darker hair, no makeup. So I don't know. Thank you, I guess.
What's the sweetest, like, fan approach you've ever gotten, and what's the creepiest fan approach you've ever gotten?
The sweetest fan approach I've ever gotten, I thought it was sweet. Maybe you guys won't agree with me, is it was a pregnant lady that came in to see me when I was feature dancing. And she had asked me to sign her belly, which was really sweet. I have a picture of it. And she also asked me to sign an 8x10. It was totally, PG-13. It was just me in a bikini, like a little poster for her unborn son, and I signed it for her. And I thought it was so sweet. And she's like a longtime fan, and she just wanted to meet me.
I think that's adorable.
Yeah, I thought it was adorable too. She's a sweetheart. And then the creepiest thing, I'm trying to think. There's been a few creepers, like, but I'm not sure that it's ever happened in person, but I've gotten, like, I have a P.O. box, right, where I get fan mail sent to, but I get, like, a creepy fan mail letter once in a while sent to my home, and that creeps me out, because I feel like that's total invasion of privacy, and I'm like, oh my god, do I have to sleep with the knife under my pillow tonight, so yeah, I don't like that.
No. Do you get a lot of guys writing you from prison?
Do I have a lot of guys writing me from prison? You know what? Surprisingly, no, but I've gotten many letters, but not like a lot. And they're definitely interesting. It's usually like a novel. It's not just like a short paragraph. It's like a novel about their life or blah, 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 and all that stuff.
I guess they got nothing else to do.
Right, they have all the time in the world.
Right.
So yeah. But keep those letters coming, boys.
So what are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time?
Some of my hobbies include scuba diving. I love that. The reason I love scuba diving so much is that it's probably one of the most peaceful experiences I've ever had in my life. I do live a pretty hectic, busy lifestyle, so being underwater, I find it like super peaceful. Other than that, I don't know, like listening to music. I'm very much into like hip hop and all that stuff, and actually started kind of learning how to DJ whenever I have a free minute. Hiking, smoking hookah, is that a hobby?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I love smoking hookah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What else?
I think that's it. I think yeah, that's good. Yeah. Thanks, guys.